Oh my God, that started really quick. That probably started the quickest it ever has. That was weird. Somebody came back and then left, and probably Amy or the ghost of Google Plus. I don't know. One of the two, or maybe the ghost of Google Plus. But anyway, we are back for a sort of a series that we're doing where we're debating. Basically, we're pretending we did one before, but we're pretending we have a wrestling promotion and we only have room on our roster for one more wrestler, and we have to pick between two that are coming into our office to get a job. So I guess I don't know if we're going to do this weekly or we're going to do a couple a week or just when we're bored. Probably just when we're bored. But we will be doing a sort of who do you sign type of a thing. This week we have ACH and Ricochet coming into our office. This one's tough. This one is real tough. You got two high flyers, two fast-paced guys. So the if you're looking for that sort of cruiserweight division, if you're looking for that guy that's gonna like star in your cruiserweight division, either of these guys would work out. Oh, man, I'm gonna let DJ go first because I didn't think this was gonna be as hard as it is, but it is.
For me, I'm kind of looking at this, from a potential standpoint, but also from what I've already seen. And to me, I do love ACH. I think he's a great talent. But I don't know if we've seen him even come even close to where his potential is in Ring of Honor yet. So I'm still waiting on that. And I would have to go with Ricochet, in my personal opinion. I just like Ricochet. I like him a lot. And I haven't even seen much of him. I think I've seen more ACH than I've seen Ricochet. But I still enjoy Ricochet. And the thing about Ricochet I like is the Samoan tattoo, obviously. No, but the thing I like about Ricochet more than anything is that I feel like he's kind of had that I can carry a company experience. When you look at what he did with Lucha Underground in his first season, that's going to really, play a part in me signing him because I know he can be a big-time superstar and he can be the face of a company. And I feel like he really was the face of Lucha Underground when it first started. Now, albeit you kind of had your veterans too, like you had your Rey Mysterios, you had your Chavos. I think even Pentagon Jr. has been wrestling for a while, but and like guys like Blue Demon Jr. and stuff like that. But I still feel like Ricochet still, even at such a young age, he still felt like he was kind of the face of that company. And in season one, that's really when they started to really get their traction. And Prince Puma was right there, up there at the top. Even if you didn't know who he was, and at that time I didn't know who. I mean, I heard of him, but I never really seen him wrestle. And that was kind of my first exposure to him, and I already felt like he was a big star. And so when it comes down to this for me, it's kind of the potential aspect. I've seen Ricochet do his thing. I've seen Ricochet be really good. I've also seen ACH be really good. But I feel like from Ricochet's standpoint, I've seen him carry a company. I've seen him kind of not necessarily carry the company because they had a nice crop of talent and they were putting on very consistent shows. I'm pretty sure they still do. But also, we've seen him just kind of be that main guy for the company, and plus it didn't hurt that he was feuding with John Morrison or Johnny Mundo at the time, and stuff like that. That always helped. But I just feel like, ACH just still needs some time for me. I just think he still needs some time. If I was going to sign him, like between these two guys, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of I'm trying to sign a guy who's going to take my company to the future. And I think ACH could do that definitely. But that would be a risk for me to take because I don't know. I would have to give him that chance first. I haven't seen him really become, kind of the flagship guy, I guess you could say. So I'd have to go with Ricochet.
Yeah. I think I also have to go with Ricochet. I mean, I've seen a lot of both of these guys. But I think the difference for me is I've seen more of Ricochet in different companies in different places. I've seen him in Obviously, Lucha Underground is Prince Puma. I've seen him in New Japan. I've seen him in PWG. I've seen him in other various indie promotions throughout YouTube. Whereas with ACH, I've seen him a couple times in PWG, but for the most part, I've just seen him really in, Ring of Honor. And I think that kind of shows for Ricochet, he can adapt to different, styles, different audiences. I mean, different characters from Ricochet to Prince Puma. I think, not taking anything away from ACH, but if you really look at Ring of Honor, they're still a relatively small company, and they kind of stick to certain areas of the country. They're not, I can't even remember the last time, except for I think Philadelphia, where they've come to any other places in Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? They kind of stick to their regular, traveling areas. Whereas,
and plus, you got to think too. Ricochet has had. If we're signing him right now, if we're saying, we want to sign him right now and get him kind of going before the end of the year. You got to think. See, Ricochet's had the most talked about match in wrestling for the year, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was match of the year or not, it still was the most talked about match. So that'll bring in some people too, because they're like, okay, was that the guy who had that match with Will Ospreay? Okay, I kind of want to see what this guy's like. And that comes into it too when you're signing someone.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually mention that too. I mean, just from that match, he can do the high flying stuff. He can do the fast paced stuff. I mean, I've seen him do other technical work too. I mean, he's kind of a guy that can adapt and kind of like I said, adapt to different audiences, which is definitely a good thing. Just traveling around the country, around the world, every audience is different. Every audience kind of reacts differently to different things. So I would have to go with Ricochet in this instance. If I had a place for two guys, I would sign both of them. But unfortunately, in this, we only have one spot for one guy, which makes it really hard. But another. What's that?
I was just gonna say because I don't know if we haven't really talked about it, but I think this would be a good thing to do weekly. Just kind of bring something new. I know I'm kind of getting busy, as I kind of seen just from the end of this week. So there's no telling what next week will bring. But to make sure we still have enough content going out and enough content where it's it'll probably be a little bit shorter and a little bit quicker, but still making you feel like you're getting a nice amount. We're probably going to try to do this at least weekly, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Not sure exactly what day we'll do it, but we will definitely get at least one out weekly. Like I said, if we get bored, we'll probably do another one. This is the second one this week that we've done. And the second one in a row that we both agreed on the same person, which is surprising.
Sure.
But anyway, tomorrow we have the 6-pack, our top 6 favorite champions of the television. So that'll be exciting. And then Sunday.
So is this every champion that's been on television, right? That's how it works. Because I've it was a tough narrow down. It really was, because there's so many champions, man. I mean,
it's the ones that have held the television championship.
And I thought it was everyone who was on television ever, that happened to hold a title. I thought.
No.
Oh, okay. So.
No. Okay. Yeah. But then Sunday, we're starting a new weekly WWE review where we're kind of combining Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, so we can kind of talk about all 3, and just kind of keep that all together. Because
we might actually put TNA in that one too, just because of kind of how the week's been. Usually TNA will stand on its own, but just because of how the week's been, I don't want to put out a review late and then not really, no one not really get to watch it. So
yeah, okay. So for this week, TNA will be in there. And no, it's not because TNA is going out of business and WWE is buying it. No, it's not. Maybe. But we're gonna start that, so that'll be fun too. At least we'll get to talk about Raw and SmackDown weekly, which we've kind of been wanting to do, but we didn't want to do a full SmackDown.
And now we have a reason to do it. Because I know before we've tried this before, so I know there's probably people watching like, haven't y'all tried this like 8 times? Yes, we have. Let's be honest. We wanted to beat the Juggernaut show out. We did. We're in tough competition with Juggernaut 097. No, not really, but I know he's been talking about it for so long, and he's been wanting to actually bring it to this channel for a while anyway. And I know all 3 of us have kind of just talked about it a lot, and every time we tried to start it, we really didn't have a reason for it. But now that we're gonna add NXT and Ring of Honor in there, I think it really does kind of help a little bit. It really gives us something to really talk about, because we can talk about Raw and SmackDown, but now having a little bit extra there will kind of be cool too. I know Justin has mentioned to me doing a push package and release type thing or something like that too, so we might add that in maybe at the end just to kind of give it something different. We're not just talking about the shows. I'm not sure, but we'll obviously Casey and I will talk about it, and Justin, if he ever shows up to anything, we'll talk about it and we'll figure something out.
He won't. He never does. But that was our weekly Who Do You Sign debate. And Ricochet, congratulations. You made the roster. I expect you in my office on Monday, and we're only paying you in chicken nuggets. So we will see you all on the flippity dippity. Until then, follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Tell us who you would like to see on Who Do You Sign. I don't know if that's going to be the name of this show, but I felt like it kind of went real. I don't know. And then hit the subscribe button and all that stuff. We will see you on the dippity of flippities. Oh, yeah.